Here's a queasy but fascinating fact. A substantial part of what you leave in the toilet after going number 2 is yourself. These are cells, often still alive, that have been kicked out of the lining of your gut. That may sound a bit wasteful, but it makes sense. Cells lining your gut are among the most hard-working and heavy-duty cells in your body. They have to form a watertight barrier between, on one side, the inside of your body and the sterile blood in your veins, and on the other, the content of your gut, full of bacteria and possible harmful substances that you may have eaten. And they don't just stand guard. They're also actively absorbing water and nutrition into your blood. Gut cells form millions of tiny tentacle-shaped structures called villi to better absorb those nutrients. They start out as baby cells at the base of these villi and slowly migrate to the tip. This journey wears them out fast. The average gut cell only lasts a few days before it is shed and flushed away. We thought we knew how this shedding works, but a new discovery by researchers at Hubrecht Institute and Hubrecht Institute AMOLF in the Netherlands, published in the journal Science, shows that we had it all wrong. It made sense to think that worn-down cells get pushed out by neighbouring cells because it gets so crowded at the tips of the villi. But research using organoids, mini versions of gut lining that are grown in a petri dish in the lab, showed that these cells don't push at each other, but instead they pull. But if the cells don't push at each other, how do the worn-down ones get kicked out? It turns out that cells monitor each other's pulling forces in a sort of tug-of-war. When one of the neighbours can't keep up and loses the tug-of-war, a mechanism kicks in to evict the worn-down cell. Meanwhile, the neighbours pull together to fill the gap left behind by the evicted cell. This mechanism of detecting and removing worn-down cells keeps our gut lining strong and solid. This is not only an interesting finding, it may also help patients. Many gut diseases such as Crohn's disease, colitis and tufting enteropathy have something to do with this shedding of cells. There may be too much shedding, too little, or other irregularities. Although there are never any guarantees in science, this discovery may point the way to new drugs and treatments.